Good morning, wherever you are in the world, and welcome to one of my Wednesday live hacks. And today I'm out again with the very beautiful Doutzen, also known as my little giraffe, just because she likes to put her head up in the air every now and again. Anyway, we're going to go down the hill today and then take you on a little trip around the village. So you can come along with me and either feel like you're riding along or chat away to me. So you can ask me any questions you like about the horses, what we do, anything in general. And as long as you're an animal lover and you've got nice things to say about animals, then I'll do my best to answer as many questions as there are that come through. So if I can welcome anybody, whether you're watching live or whether you're watching this on catch up, whether I see your name or not, because I don't always see every name. I don't always see the comments come through. But I have been quite organised today. I've actually put my glasses on, so at least I've got a chance of seeing them. And also apologies to those of you, and I know a lot of our regulars who have subscribed and hit the notification button, you're not getting notified by YouTube about when we're going live. I'm not quite sure what the answer is to that. Anyway, you can see we've got a nice dry day here today, which is lovely after all the rain that we had last week. We're just coming down past the boys' winter turnout. Well, in fact, it's there all year turnout. We'll just go in and have a look. I do apologise if there's a bit of wind noise. I do have a microphone on, but unfortunately I forgot to put the little fluffy thing on that stops some of that noise. Anyway, the boys are over there, well, two of them. You can just see between Dow's ears. That's Hannes and Uber with our two pet sheep. And I don't know whether anyone's with us yet. There's certainly no comments coming through on my screen, so if you are putting comments, for whatever reason they're not appearing with me right now. Sometimes it just takes a little while for them to do that. So don't think that I'm ignoring you. We'll just pan round. There's the beautiful farmhouse. Oh, I think Uber's just spotted that there's a girl over here because he gave a little shout. Oh, he's not coming over to see you, Dow. We've got Karen, good morning, or good afternoon even. Oh, Dow's looking at him longingly. Look, he's coming over now, Dow. But I think we'll probably head off because it will take us a little while to get round the village. Anyway, that's the boys' turnout. And actually, the reason I wanted to come down here this morning, down this way, or this afternoon, I have to stop saying this morning, was because there's a vehicle parked on our track down here, so I just wanted to see what was going on, because we don't usually have vehicles parking down here. And I'm not quite sure whether they're looking for someone or something, or whether they've just stopped for a rest. So I just wanted to come and check it out. So we're going past our memorial orchard, which fortunately some of the flooding has subsided. I'm just going to go over and check if there's anyone in this car. Just seems a little bit strange to park on somebody's land. So yeah, don't know what that's about or where they are, as long as they're not in the field with the horses. Anyway, we're down at the girls' turnout here. And those of you who follow us regularly will know that we got the very good news. Yes, Dow, this is going to be your turnout. We got the very good news yesterday from Neil over at Waring's Buildings that Friday week the steels and the concrete panels are going to be arriving. So there's not a lot going on here at the moment because we can't do anything until the building arrives now. Hi Nancy, good morning to you. It's good to see another comment come up on here. I was beginning to feel a little bit lonely, that it was just me, Doutzen and Karen on here. So we've got Nancy now as well, wonderful. As I say, coming past the orchard, and I have to say this is the first year in all the years that we've had the apple trees here that there's still apples on the tree at this time of year, because for the last few years the crows have been coming down and eating them. Now, whether that's to do with the new fencing that David has put round all the trees and whether they're repelled by the smell of creosote, I have no idea. But whatever it is, it's nice to see some on there. Hello Nadia. Not quite sure that comment is meant for me. So Nadia is asking, how is your cancer treatment? So I'm certainly not having any treatment at the moment, but I do wish well to anybody who is having to go through that at the moment. I know your name because I think Nadia, you're maybe not understanding what our channel's about. Anyway, maybe anyone who's not sure about what we do, if you head over to our main channel and have a look at some of the vlogs, it'll give you an idea. Or feel free to ask on here. I often find on these lives that YouTube does direct them to a brand new audience, and it's lovely to find new animal lovers who want to come and join us and just escape from the real world and come and join us in our little bubble. If you need to just switch off for a bit, if life's getting a bit stressful, you can come out on one of our live hacks. If you want to hear more about what we do on a day-to-day basis at the sanctuary, looking after all these beautiful horses who have a home with us for life. And as I say, you can head over to the vlog or watch some of our other lives that we put on. But for anyone who loves horses and loves animals, they are very therapeutic, and certainly that sound of the clip-clop down the road I know is something that a lot of you feel is very relaxing. So hi Eric, and yes, Doutzen and I are going to ride into, I wouldn't call it town, we're going to ride into Cartmel village. So we're very lucky that the majority of our lanes, they're very narrow, but they're very quiet and peaceful. We will have to go on a little bit of what we call the main road, but I know for a lot of you who live in cities and towns, it'll still be classed as a very quiet road. So we're going to be mostly walking today. We might have a little trot. We're not going to be doing anything faster than that. Karen's asking, how is Nika today? Nika's much the same as yesterday, maybe weight bearing a little bit more. Hi Jamie. Jamie is back at the farm, and I'm hoping that we'll be able to catch Jamie and Lindsay on camera when we get back there. So we know now, it won't have shown on Frey's wonderful vlog that she posted last night, but Sam did come and x-ray her yesterday, so we know that her pedal bone is in a much better place, and it is literally an abscess that's just taking a while to drain out of her foot. But I think the thing that was worrying me most was that the pedal bone had rotated even further, and if it's done that, then there's always the risk of it actually coming out through the sole of her foot, in which case yeah, that's seriously game over for the majority of horses. The one who does it all, 21, does the feet get sweaty in boots? If you're talking about Nika, I don't know whether you're talking about Nika or about people in general. It's one of the reasons why we've kept the boot off her, because that was keeping her foot quite soft and, yeah, I guess a little bit sweaty. And, you know, when her foot's soft, it's more likely that muck will travel through there and cause a problem, because she has quite bad white line disease, which means that there's a separation between the white line and the hoof wall. Hello, Anwar. Ham 3, I'm not going to increase the speed of Doutzen. She's not out here just for the thrill. We do canters across the field, and we might even have a little trot today. But yeah, I'm sorry, this is going to be a very gentle hack out. So sorry to disappoint, but I'm sure there'll be other places you can go and watch something a little bit faster. Hi, Lorna. Where's Freya when you need her? I'm sure Frey will pick up on anyone who is inappropriate. She's very good at doing that. You know, if you've not got anything nice to say, then ours isn't the channel for you. We don't look at having lots of controversy and arguing on our channel. It's all about being nice to each other and finding the good, even in the bad. Jamie, her eyes look brighter today. That's about Nika. Yeah, I think she is. It's almost like she's a little bit relieved now that there's more coming out of that abscess. And she knows, she always knows we do everything that we can to try and make her more comfortable. And of course, as you know, Jamie, historically she's got really bad abscess over the last few years. And she's always quick to let us know, but sometimes it takes weeks on end for those abscess to pop. Hello, Carol. Oh, Dow, what are you looking at? Dow, you've still got that one little stray bit of hair between your ears. I couldn't quite get that to sit down this morning. Are you snorting here? It is a little bit smelly round here, isn't it? Hey, that's cow muck. Rotten cow muck, I'm afraid. That sounds like a trailer on the top road. So we might have a little bit more traffic up on the main road here. But I do find that drivers around here tend to be very respectful. Unless it's the middle of holiday season or near to a race meeting. And then they can sometimes be a little bit rude. But we'll head down the main road and then take you on a little trip through the village. Good morning, Barbara. And once again, good morning or good afternoon or good evening to anybody who's joining, whose name I don't see. I know not everybody likes to comment, which is absolutely fine. Lorna, you mentioned about Annie's rug rubbing at the front. There is a pad, it looks like a small saddle pad that sits over the front of the rug so the buckles don't rub her skin. Need to look into it more. Yeah, Lorna, they're bibs that we do have a number of bibs. And in fact, she's got one on at the moment. It's a snuggy hood one. And I quite like that because it's breathable. Some of them aren't so breathable, so they can get a little bit sweaty in them. It's like anything, you get what you pay for. Hello, how are you doing? Sorry, that's somebody who I haven't seen for ages. Must catch up with her soon. But yeah, so at the moment she's got a snuggy hood on and then her fly sheet, because if she had the snuggy hood and her winter rug on, then it would be too heavy and it would rub against her chest more. Hi Monique. It is a nice hack to the village with Doutzen. Barbara, we're good, thank you. Yeah, you're very well. We're always well when it's dry and the sun's trying to come through. I'm a little bit more miserable when it's raining, because it does make life a little harder. I say miserable. I try not to be miserable, but you know, we can all have our moments, can't we? Lorna, you've seen the snoods, they look good too. Yeah, you know, and as I say, some are better than others. Well, hello to Michael over in Tenerife. I bet you're nice and warm over there. Tinley, oh, I'm sorry to hear that. You had to retire your horse this weekend. You know what, Tinley? I'm assuming that means retire from ridden work or driven work. And we've got a lot of horses that are retired or semi-retired, but we still do an awful lot of, well, not an awful lot at the moment, but we try and do groundwork with them, or just keep life interesting for them, you know, with walks out, changes of scenery. So there is an awful lot that you can still do where you can have that lovely connection with your horse, even when they're retired. And it's something that, you know, we're trying to help more people understand, that just because a horse can't be ridden, it doesn't mean that it's the end of their life as they know it. There's lots of other things that can be done. Go on, sweetheart. Sorry, I'm missing a few comments. Monique, Kentucky horse wearers selling one coat with fleece inside. They said it's okay to drain sweat and perspiration. Well, Monique, those are the rugs that we actually use. So we buy them from a company called Twaispan. They're actually made by Horseware Island. They're Bucas rugs, and they have a fleece so they're lightweight rain sheets, but they have a fleece lining, so that it means that we can put them on the horses even if they're wet, whether they're wet or whether they're sweaty. So, you know, they're very, very good rugs, and the ones that we've had for the last 2 seasons have worked really well for them. But if you didn't notice, I can't remember where I put it, I think it was on the last vlog. We have ordered in new ones for them this year, and we're giving 4 people for each horse the opportunity to sponsor one of those rugs and have their name on it. So all the horses have their names on the rugs, and then a little sign underneath that says sponsored by whoever they're sponsored by. So if you would like to do that, if you head over to our website, you can pick your favourite horse. And once they arrive from the Netherlands, because that's where they're being shipped over from, because they're specifically made for the Friesian horse in a particular shape, because they do have quite unique conformation. As soon as they arrive, they'll be going off for embroidery, and you'll get to see them on a lot of our vlogs throughout the autumn and the winter months, and every now and again you'll see your name appear. Now, apologies, I've not scrolled through the messages here, so I might miss a few. Hi Isabella, you've subscribed. Well, welcome to the channel, and welcome to anybody else who decides to subscribe today, and of course all our regulars. It's lovely to have any animal lover on board. How old is Doutzen? Doutzen's actually a she, but a lot of people think of her as a boy. And she is, I think you're 16 or 17, Doutzen, and I'm sure somebody will correct me if I'm wrong. Oh, sorry, I'm missing lots of comments. Tinley, I have to agree, she is very pretty. Hi, Isabella. Do I like Lemure? I do like some of the Lemure stuff. In fact, she's wearing a Lemure saddle pad right now. There's me saying that this road is quite quiet and it's quite busy today. Hiya. Nancy, will Freya wear fingerless gloves? I doubt it. Freya doesn't generally do gloves, but you never know. She might answer on here if she's on here, but she's probably busy back on the yard. Sorry, I'm missing lots of comments. Zedits, it's nice to see cars slowing down and passing wide and being respectful. We are very, as I say, we're very lucky round here. Drivers do tend to be very considerate, and I think it helps that the horses are very beautiful, so a lot of people like to slow down, just have a good look at them. And also I try to be very respectful back to them. You know, I always thank anybody and try and move out of their way if we're blocking the road. Isabella, I think I've said hello. Hi, Jamie over in Indiana. Lily Eventing, do I often hack on the road? Well, I don't hack as much these days as I used to. I try to keep it nice and steady on the road because obviously it's a very hard surface and it does cause a little bit of concussion. I'm just going to move over, let this car go past. You know, I would love to say there's lots of lovely soft tracks around here, but we're not blessed with lots of those. We do have bridleways that we can go on, but because this whole area is very rocky, it tends to be quite hard going underfoot. Hiya. Isabella, can you see her face? There we go, there's Doutzen's beautiful face. Right, Dow, should we go to the left? Where are we? We're in, in England, in the northern part of England, on the southern tip of what's called the Lake District National Park in the county of Cumbria. And this little village that I'm riding through is Cartmel village, which is packed full of the most wonderful little places to visit. There's an awful lot in a very small space. Chiomio, hi, the horse is lovely. I'd like to ask, what are you feeding the horses, and does the horseshoe make her knee grow? Oh, I think I know what you're asking. So it would be a whole video if I explained what we feed the horses, and there is a live, if you head to our channel, where I talk about all the different feeds that we give them, but primarily we look at feeding them anything that's chemical free, sugar free, because that's so important, whether it's for animals or people. Sugar is, in my mind and lots of people's minds, absolutely toxic and causes all sorts of health problems. So we use, and I'm not affiliated with the company, but I do like their products. We use a lot of Thunderbrooks feeds because all of theirs is guaranteed to be produced without any kind of chemicals. And obviously we feed haylage, which comes off our land. As for the horseshoe and does it make her knee grow, I'm assuming that you're talking in terms of making her movement more exaggerated. No, we don't look to do that, and I have absolutely no respect for Tennessee walking horses and what they do with them to shoe them in a way that it exaggerates their movement. I think it's very, very cruel, and it's certainly not something that I would advocate. The reason that our horses are shod in front is primarily because we're on rock and their feet tend to break up quite a lot on the rocky ground. I would love to have them barefoot, but it's not really an option. Hello, Kelly's Vlogs. Zedits, where we are, they don't care. I'm assuming this is about the drivers, as they'll fly by, even if you haven't pulled. in to be, even if you have pulled in to be respectful. Well, I'm sorry to hear that, and hopefully one day they'll improve. Isabella, thank you very much. Well, happy birthday to you. I think Doutzen is enjoying her hack. Hello Macy, if I've said your name right, your birthday's on November the 2nd, you're going to be 11. Well, happy birthday for then. Frey's birthday is in November as well. Actually, the 5th of November. She's going to be 19 this year. 19 going on 30 because, yeah, she's way ahead of where a lot of 18, 19-year-olds would be. She's my right-hand woman. She's brilliant, as many of you will have seen in her vlogs. Anyway, we're coming into Cartmel village. There's the very imposing Cartmel Priory, originally built by Knight William Marshall. Hiya. Hiya. Thank you. And we're coming past Unsworth Yard. It has a cheese shop, a microbrewery. Hiya. There's all sorts of lovely places to visit down here. Hiya. You can stroke her as long as you don't mind being on a YouTube live.
I don't
know. No, well, there we go.
How old?
Do you know, somebody just asked me on this video, I think she's 16 or 17. I lose track once they go past 10. She's called Doutzen. Doutzen, yes. Doutzen. Thank you. You just visiting the area?
Yes,
yeah?
We were staying in Footborough.
Oh, lovely,
Yeah,
lovely.
Yeah.
So you come through to Cartmel.
Yeah.
It's rather, is it your first visit here?
No.
No.
A couple of times.
Oh,
yeah.
okay.
Oh, she's gorgeous.
Thank you.
Is she always?
Yes, yeah. We run a Friesian sanctuary just up the road, so.
Oh, do you?
So yeah.
Oh, I've registered with you.
Oh, have you?
Yeah.
Wonderful. Have you subscribed to our YouTube?
Yeah, because I wanted to go horse riding while I was here.
Oh, okay. I don't do that.
No,
yeah,
no,
yeah.
and yours came up. So.
Oh, okay. Yeah. Oh. Well, you can always come visit them.
Can you?
Oh, yeah. We do meet the horses tours. You can come and do our friendship barn, which is like a horsey front room, where you can just sit with one of them, have a coffee.
And where are you based now?
We're just up at Greenbank Farm.
Greenbank Farm.
Greenbank Farm. Yeah. But if you check out the website, you can see it all on there. Anyway, enjoy the rest of your stay. Okay. Hiya. Yes, I'm just on YouTube live at the moment, but feel free to. No, that's fine, as long as you don't mind being on camera. There we go. Are you visiting the area? Yeah.
My husband's just been. Oh God, more horses because I do have a horse, but.
Oh, okay. Yeah.
Not a Friesian, but
No.
Irish sports horse.
Oh, okay.
So, beautiful.
Yeah. She says, "I know I'm beautiful."
Oh, so pretty.
Are you just visiting then for a while?
Yeah, just for a few days. Yeah.
Excellent.
But obviously,
Well, at least you've got the week with the nice weather because it was foul last week.
Yeah, we're just coming. Yeah, we're just from Manchester. But...
Oh, okay.
Oh, no, I love the mix in the car.
Right.
Yeah, so enjoy your ride.
Yes, thank you very much. Nice to meet you. Over there we've got Hale's ice cream shop. Sorry, I just wanted to stop and chat to a couple of people who wanted to stroke Doutzen. So that's where Bailey worked over the summer, and that's where they have the biggest range of ice cream. Sorry, I'm not telling you all the places. We've got the larch tree. That's a wonderful gift shop. Oh, we have a Porsche coming down Doutzen. I think we should take priority over the Porsche, but we'll move out their way. There we go. We've got some of Simon Roger's restaurants here, one of his Michelin star restaurants. This is his bistro. His main one is L'Enclume. I can highly recommend, even if you're not a foodie. And then we're going over the River E here. It's a little bit noisy today. It's still very beautiful. Isabella, how often do we do lives? Well, we certainly do lives every Wednesday. So Frey and I feed live, and we tend to do that on a Saturday as well. But Wednesday tends to be our main live day. And I try, where possible, to get you out for a live hack on a Wednesday. sometimes dependent on the weather. Come on down. So we're just coming up through the middle of the village now, and you can see that sign in front of you that says Cartmel is home of Cartmel sticky toffee pudding, which is one of the things that Cartmel is famous for. So for those of you who love sticky toffee pudding, that's the place to get it. We'll just let these cars go past. Then we've got Cartmel Square B&B over there. It's a wonderful little B&B. Oh, we've got congestion. I'm going to go. There we go. They also have a coffee shop there. So again, another place that's well worth a visit when you come. Chestnut, you're going to make sure you come back every Wednesday. Well, I believe if you subscribe and if you hit the notification button, then you should get notifications of whenever we're going live. It doesn't always work, but on a Wednesday, Fred's very good at letting you know what our plans are. But sometimes the lives are literally just last minute because we try to share life as it happens. We try not to stage anything. And sometimes it just feels like things are running the way that we want them to, and we can just get the camera out and let you join us for whatever we're doing that day. Jamie Doutzen doesn't seem to mind all the dogs barking, though I jump every time. Sorry, Jamie. No, well, it's something that I try and instill in all the horses, and if I'm not bothered about something, they shouldn't be bothered about it. And it's something a lot of, not just riders, but animal people do with their animals, is they see something that they think that their animal is going to be scared of, and then they behave in a way that gives that animal reason to think that it's something to be scared of, and then they react in the way that you don't want them to. And you know, I often see people walking with their dogs down the road, and sometimes they'll grab hold of them and they'll pop them in the hedge and pin them up against the hedge, and I think just by them doing that, it's showing to that dog that there's about to be something coming past that they're going to find scary. And oh, sorry, we've got another car. And I get that people don't want their dog to be scared, and they don't want their dog barking at the horses. But, you know, horses and riders need to learn to adapt to anything that's scary. So that's why I always try to remain very calm, because otherwise I'm giving the horses reason to believe there's something to be worried about. So one of my classic sayings is that even if there was a helicopter about to land in front of me on the road right now, I wouldn't do anything different. I would still sit quietly on Doutzen and just try to give her the reassurance that it's nothing to worry about. But you know, you can build that trust and understanding with any animal from the ground. You don't necessarily have to be on their back. Hello, Becky. Oh, Isabella, that's very sweet of you, thank you. Oh, thank you. I'm not quite sure where the notification button is, but hopefully somebody else will be able to tell you that. Hi, Adelia. I'm sorry if I've said your name wrong. Isabella, you're not annoying me. You know, it's lovely to have different people appearing on the lives, and, you know, to be able to chat and interact. You know, lots of people will send me emails and send me all sorts of questions that I might not have time to reply to. Whereas if you can catch me on a live, then I'll always do my best to answer straight away. So we're just coming past Cartmel's little racecourse. It's one of the smallest racecourses in the country. They've had the last race meeting of the year, which is why all the jumps there are covered up. I'm personally not a fan of the racing myself, but I understand why a lot of people love it. Hello, Diane in Northern California. How's Nika doing? Well, my next vlog that's coming out from yesterday will show Sam coming to visit to x-ray her foot. I'm very pleased to say that her pedal bone hasn't rotated any further, which is what Chris had me worried about. And it is a case of just getting rid of that infection that's coming out through her heel. Through her heel even. Hello Eunice, if I've said your name right. Anyway, we're about to head up Greenbank Lane, which is the main lane back up to the farm. Show you a little bit of the view over there up onto Hampsfell. The hedges are all quite tall at the moment, but hedge cutting season has started. We just haven't had any of ours done yet. Not that these are ours. Jamie, thank you for letting me hang out. You're going back to bed. It's still early and dark. Well, Jamie, thank you for joining us. And I hope you get a good night's sleep. And look, we've got a little bit of sunshine coming out. Oh, Walter, you're over in Friesland, the home of the Friesian horses. What part of Friesland are you in? It's one of my favourite places, obviously. And obviously Doutzen, well I say obviously, but it's not obvious, but Doutzen was born over in Friesland, up in the north of Friesland. Isabella, you're in St Martin's. It's always nice to know where people are joining us from. So I've spent lots of time over in Friesland over the years. And as I say, that's the home of the Friesians. Hiya. So Doutzen came over from there when she was just 2 years old. Originally came over with her full brother and her full sister, and unfortunately we did lose her full brother. Gorgeous, very, very talented stallion called Wouter. Oh, Walter, you're on the outskirts of Leeuwarden.